This video is about writing ellipse equations. Here are ellipse standard form. As long as you get the center HK and also AB, you can get the equation for ellipse. When you have graph, find the center. This is a center, 0, 0. That will be your HK. We need to find A and B. From the center, I go to major axis, that vertex here. This is A. A equals 3. Then from center to the co-vertex, this will be B. B equals 2. Therefore, A is up and down. For B, that's horizontal. Which means for this, A will be below y-axis. So we will write down x minus 0. We don't do that. So x over 2 square plus y square over 3 square equal to 1. Because your HK, that's 0, 0. You will get the x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9 equal to 1. Focus will follow on the major axis. So A is a 3 vertical moving. Therefore, you will find the C equals square root A squared minus B squared, which means 9 minus 4 equal to square root of 5. You will get on the major axis 2 point something. Let's label this is F. This is your F. So for the focus, from the center, you go up and down square root of 5. From 0, 0, you go up and down, so plus or minus square root of 5. Therefore, you get 0 plus or minus square root of 5. That's the foci. Let's go back to number 7. Because for number 7, the center is not 0, 0. You will find the center is over here. That's 2, 1. So 2, 1 is HK. The equation for ellipse, as long as you get HK and AB, you can write down the equation. Therefore, the longer axis, that's A. This is A equals 3. So for B equals 2. A moving horizontally and B moving vertically. Therefore, you got to use this formula because that's a horizontal ellipse. I got the A equals 3, B equals 2, C equals square root A squared minus B squared will be square root of 5. A is horizontally moving, B is vertically. C follow this A, therefore still horizontally. Square root of 5, that means 2 point something. It will be here. This is F. This part is F. Now we plug into equation x minus 2 squared over A squared, that's 9, plus y minus 1 squared over B squared, that's 4, equal to 1. For the foci, you will write down HK to 1. Then horizontally moving square root of 5 to the left and the right. Therefore, I add or subtract square root of 5. So for foci, that will be 2 plus or minus square root of 5 and 1. For number 9, we still need to write down the equation of ellipse. For number 9, we know vertices plus or minus 10, 0, with the eccentricity. Eccentricity means E equals C over A. So we got 3 over 5. For vertices, that's plus or minus 10. So we just sketch the graph. Each one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I get over here and over here. As we know, the center will be the midpoint of vertices. Therefore, you got to use midpoint formula. We have 10, 0, negative 10, 0. So we label this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Therefore, your h equals x1 plus x2, that's 10 plus negative 10 over 2 equals 0. K equals 0 plus 0 over 2 equals 0. Therefore, hk will be 0, 0. According to the definition from center to the vertex, that's A. So A equals 10. Then we will figure out C according to this eccentricity. C over 10 equals 3 over 5. We do cross multiply. C equals 30 over 5 equal to 6. So this will be focus. According to formula, C equals square root of A squared minus B squared. Therefore, B equals square root of A squared minus C squared. You will get A squared, that will be 10 squared, minus C squared is 6 squared. That equals 100 minus 36. It will be equal to square root. 100 minus 36, that will be square root of 64 equals to 8. Therefore, from center, you go up 8 and then down 8. This is 8. Still, we need an arrow. For A, that's a horizontal. That means you put the A under x squared. For B equals 8, that's a vertical, like this. As long as you know HK, you know the A, and you know the B, then you can write down the equation. It's a horizontal ellipse because for A, that's a horizontal axis. Therefore, I got x minus 0 squared, that means x squared, over 10 squared, plus y squared over 8 squared equal to 1. Let's rewrite this equation. That will be x squared over 100 plus y squared over 64 equal to 1. This will be the equation of this ellipse. For number 10, we know major axis and also minor axis. From major axis, you can get the A. From minor axis, you can get the B. From this diagram, we could see the distance for major axis will be 2a, and distance for minor axis will be 2b. So we will get the y minus negative 13. That's equal to 14. This will be 2a. And 4 minus 0 equal to 4. That will be 2b. Now let's sketch the graph. Negative 13, 2, it will be here. 1, 2 is here. Negative 6, 4. That's over here. Negative 6, 0. That will be here. And we can connect all these vertices. We know for the length of major axis, that's 2a. And the distance for minor axis, that's 2b. That will be center. According to the midpoint, I label x1, y1, x2, y2. Your h equals negative 6. K equals 4 plus 0 over 2, that's 2. So negative 6, 2 will be the HK. So we will get the A equals 7 and B equals 2. According to this graph, A is horizontally and B is vertically moving. Therefore, I can write down the equation. I will write down x plus 6 squared plus y minus 2 squared. Horizontally moving A will be below x squared. Therefore, 7 squared is 49. And B squared will be below y squared. That's equal to 4. 2 squared equals 4 equals to 1. This will be the equation for ellipse. For number 11, length of a minor axis equals 8, which means 8 equals 2b. Therefore, b equals 4. You have vertices 4, 3, 4, negative 9. So distance will be 3 minus negative 9 equals 12. That will be 2a. Therefore, a equals 6. Center will be the midpoint of vertices. Therefore, you will get the h equals 4, because this is a 4, here's a 4. And k equals midpoint of this vertices. So k equals 3 plus negative 9 over 2. That will be negative 3. I will find for negative 3, that's HK center. So for negative 3 is here. I know HK, I know A and also B. We can write down the equation. But for A, you could say that's vertically moving. For B, that's horizontally moving. So I will write down x minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared. Since A is vertically moving, go to y squared, that's 36. For B that's horizontally moving, we go to the position below x squared, that will be 16, so equal to 1. For number 12, they give to you the vertices of a focus foci and also one of a vertex. Let's label the foci. 0, -1 is here. 8, -1, that's here. The center will be between these two. Therefore, I will get the h equals 0 plus 8 over 2, that's 4. K, definitely that's -1. So you will find the 4, -1 is here. That's the HK. 4, -1, H and K. From the given information, we got the one of vertices is 9, -1. It's here. Then from center to this vertex, that will be A. We got the A equals 9 minus 4. That's equal to 5. This is horizontally moving from the center. From center to the focus, that is 4. That will be C. So we got the C equals 4. Therefore, we can get the B equals square root A squared minus C squared, which means 25 minus 16 equal to 3. 3, that will be vertically moving. Therefore, we can write down the equation x minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared. For A, that's horizontally, so below x squared, that's 25. B is vertical, below y squared, that's 9, equal to 1. This will be the equation of this ellipse. For number 13, we are given center and also foci and one of vertex. From center to this vertex, that's A. From center to the foci, that's C. Therefore, we can get the A equals, using vertex and a center, 5 minus 2 equal to 3. You can get the C equals using these two. That will be 2 minus 0 equals 2. For A, it's horizontally moving. Then for B equals A squared minus C squared means the square root of 5. For B, you will move vertically. Since you already got the A, got the B, and also HK, we can write down the equation. X minus 2 squared plus Y minus 2 squared. For A, is horizontally moving. That's why it's below X squared is 9. For B, below Y squared, that will be 5 equal to 1. For number 15, foci is 2, 0, and -2, 0. Label, this is F1, here's F2. No, one passing point, that's 0, 3 here. We will get the center, H and K, from -2, 0, and 2, 0. You could see that's 0, 0. Therefore, from center to this point, this will be B. B equals 3. We know C equals 2. A equals square root B squared plus C squared. So we got 3 squared plus 2 squared equals square root of 13. It will move horizontally. This one is vertically. Since we know hk is 0, 0, therefore x squared plus y squared. Then below x squared, that's a squared, will be 13. Below y squared, that will be 9, here equals to 1.